Hey guys, it's Doug. What's up? Welcome to another edition of Spooky Villages. And this week I have the brand new Lemax piece, Dr. Pins and Needles. And yes, last week I teased that I was going to do the train. I've changed that around a little bit. My schedule's a little bit different on which I'm going to do here. So anyways, I have Dr. Pins and Needles. I'm really excited to talk about this building, so let's take a look at it. All right guys, here is the piece, and I'll show it lit up here in a minute, and you will want to see this piece lit up. It looks spectacular when it's lit. So this is Dr. Pins and Needles. Check this out here. You can get an idea of the scale. It's about a mid-sized spooky town village. It's not huge, but I don't think it's small either. It is a lit building. It doesn't have any animated lighting outside of the lights, which will pulsate. You'll see here in a minute. I'll cover all that, but it looks fantastic. Like the fit and the feel of this building. It's kind of like old school spooky town. If you guys have Dr. Stretch and Pull's Torture Factory or have seen that, it has those vibes. And this is like this spinal column here. It's very thick. Again, it feels more ceramic than it does sort of the plastic, if that makes sense, with some of the other spooky town buildings, you know, in recent years. So looks really cool though. It's got a cool finish on it. I'll talk more about that in a second, but let's see what it looks like lit up. All right guys, here is Pins and Needles all lit up. This is a fantastically lit building. It doesn't have some of the crazy lighting that some of the other buildings may have, but and it's not static either. You can see here that the lights in the skull, they pulsate, the red lights. It looks great. But the lighting that is here also is very dramatic. And you can see these, the columns on the side, the spines, how they're lit up. That looks awesome. And even the signs in the window here, it looks like there's hands beneath them, and they're lit, again, very dramatically. It's just a fantastic piece. It looks killer lit up. And it's not gonna be, you know, a crazy light show. Not every piece has to be that. And again, as far as like the actual lighting goes, the thought that went into the lighting, this is about as good as it gets. Again, there's just not a ton of it here, but what's here is just very dramatically done. I hate to keep using that word, but that's just the best way I can use to describe it. And also this building in general, I think the fit and finish on it is top notch for Lemax. This building is actually of a little bit of a heavier quality. It feels more ceramic versus plastic. The paint job on it's great. You can see here again, I talked about the signs in the windows. There's a lot of little details here. And one of the best things about it is the actual interior scene of it. You can actually see the doctor here doing some work on what looks like, you know, a green Frankenstein type monster. And it's very visible. You can actually see it very well in there. Love that. And this piece really would go well with Dr. Stretch and Pull's Torture Factory. This almost seems like the sequel, if you will, to that. That piece came out, you know, a long time ago, 2004, 2005. And it's one of my favorite pieces. This themes perfectly with it. And another thing, you know, with the theming, I guess you could classify this as like a town building, right? It's a doctor's office technically, but it's so scary looking and macabre with those spines and the skull. You really could put it anywhere. I don't think it has to be in like your town square section. Even like the Broken Skull Bar from a few years ago. That one, I thought, even though it looks scary, I think it looked best to go in like a town section. You could do anything with this. It really could be a standalone. I think that this is, it's a great first piece if you guys are coming out, you know, this year, if there's going to be your first year collecting. The size isn't huge, so it doesn't need a ton of room, and it just looks very visually imposing. I love how this looks. I think that this year, this is going to be one of the sleeper buildings that everyone sees and really likes. Of course, it looked cool in the pictures, but until you actually see this in person with that killer lighting, it just looks fantastic. I love this building. I think Pins and Needles, it's going to be in a lot of folks' collections. And again, it's cool to see like a sequel to Dr. Stretch and Pull's Torture Factory. So I'm a big fan of this. All right, guys. Hey, thank you very much for watching here. There's no music on this piece, so I'm not going to be doing a music track. There's none to play. But yeah, thank you guys very much for watching, and I will see you next week.